Alrighty, folks, today we're going to do some woke TikToks on people who hate America. I know, there are plenty of them. This video is sponsored by our friends over at Birch Gold.
I wake up in my car to start the day. I used to have an apartment, but thanks to tariffs and inflation, traditional housing is no longer affordable. The good news is I'm already prepared for my commute to work. Time to make my way to the Apple, Chevron, Comcast, Tesla complex to start my shift. Those wonderful companies merged after antitrust laws were abolished, and now everyone works for the only employer left in the country. Before I can enter, a government agent searches my car to make sure I'm not harboring any immigrants, and then searches my phone to make sure I haven't said anything mean about Daddy President. The agent waves me through but reminds me I will have to submit to a pregnancy test before I can leave for the day. All reproductive activity is state business now. Then I spend 14 hours adding tiny screws to smartphones for the billionaires. Thank goodness manufacturing has been reshored. Why should anyone but Americans enjoy these unskilled low-wage jobs for pennies per hour?
Do you understand how nothing that she's saying is reflective of reality? Like, literally nothing? So she has to make up a dystopia in her head that she actually can film on her phone and post on the internet in the middle of a supposed dictatorship. Literally nothing in that video is true. So the reason that rent is too high right now has literally nothing to do with tariffs.
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
It has everything to do with the undersupply of housing in America's major cities created by massive overregulation. That's not my point. That is a point made by Democrats like Derek Thompson and Ezra Klein in their book, Abundance. As far as the notion that you are going to be randomly searched, like your trunk will be randomly searched for illegal immigrants. Nope, we still have a Fourth Amendment in this country. There's no such thing as unreasonable search and seizure that survives in court. No one is pregnancy testing you, lady. No one's interested. You are not going to be screwing things into the cell phone. I mean, first of all, you seem wildly underqualified to even do that. That's not how you would do it. They have to create these dystopias in their own mind to justify their radicalism today.
You can just kill ICE agents. You know that? You can just kill them. You don't have to hold your phone in their face and ask people when their birthday is and ask people what their name is and then try to find wherever they end up in Los Angeles. You can kill them. This isn't about social media clout anymore. This isn't about video. This isn't about the phone. This is about get a gun and start killing ICE agents. They are deputized corrections officers. Kill them.
Okay, so this person should go to jail. That is incitement and it's against the law. You're not allowed to tell people to kill other people in the United States. That is not covered by the First Amendment. So I hope that person enjoys time with some actual corrections officers.
What pisses you off about Americans?
I think everyone in the East hates Americans because you guys think you own the world. And
She kind of has a point. She kind of has a point.
You guys has caused enough trouble. Honestly, just go back to America.
Oh.
She's literally carrying an Urban Outfitters bag. We've caused so much trouble that you won't stop shopping at our stores or engaging in our culture or engaging in our commerce or being protected by our defense shield. Sure, you want us to leave, okay, but I'm just telling you, before the United States was the global guarantor of security, things were a lot worse.
I hate America. We are the most money-hungry country in all of the universe. I just got a citation today for parking at the school I attend. No, I'm not spending $300 for a parking pass when I already got to spend almost 30 grand to go to the. It is so infuriating because you know they have no reason to do that. They just do it because this is America and you have to pay for everything here. Bro, I hope this revolution starts now and we blow up capitalism because I'm irritated.
So first of all, I'm just going to point out that the government fining you for a parking spot is not in fact capitalism. That's the government, which is not capitalistic. Second of all, I promise you that person's student loans are being subsidized by the federal government. Third, stop. What the hell is wrong with you? Seriously, these are your problems. You parked in the wrong place. You got a ticket and this is your big gripe. This is like the biggest problem in your life and America sucks and capitalism needs to be torn down because you were stupid enough to park in the wrong parking lot. You can leave. Honestly, all these people can just leave. There are plenty of other countries. I'm sure that they would be not so glad to take you, but you can leave, you can go. You don't have to be here.
What do this guy and the CEO have in common? Let me explain. But before I just need to say, please don't do red rum backwards. I don't endorse it. And I need to say that because this video is going to make it sound like I do. Now, it's important to note, United Healthcare is the largest insurer in the nation and denies claims at double the industry average. Pretty fun numbers. And it's for that reason our friends at United Healthcare have a market value of $500 billion. But please don't worry, Thompson only made $10 million last year by professionally denying. But how is the assailant similar? Allegedly, Luigi Mangione, he also stopped access to healthcare for Brian Thompson by popping.
Oh my God, these people. So first of all, I love the keffiyeh, the terrorist headscarf that's hanging right there. Of course, because of the Omni cause. So this guy's just in favor of all murder. All the murders of the people he doesn't like are totally fine. Okay, a healthcare coverage company denying coverage. Maybe you don't like the policies of that healthcare insurer. That's fine. That's perfectly legitimate. You can even sue the healthcare company. However, it is a different thing to have a fight with an insurance company over whether your coverage is included or whether your deductible is covered or any of the rest of that stuff. And literally walking up to the street and popping a man in the head, shooting a man in the head in cold blood for legitimately no reason. And it is for no reason. Luigi Mangione was not a customer of United Healthcare. Even if he had been, the CEO of United Healthcare is not responsible for the individual decisions made by the insurance agents at United Healthcare. If you want to push legislation that changes how insurance is done in the country, go ahead and do that. But murdering the CEOs of companies because you don't like the policies that those companies are carrying out, there is no limiting principle there. And this guy seems very comfortable with murder. We're days away from what has been dubbed the Rio Reset, the greatest threat to the US dollar's global dominance in over 80 years. On July 6th, BRICS nations, Russia, China, India, Iran, many more, are expected to unveil their plans to circumvent the US dollar, thus cratering its value. They've already been laying the groundwork, as their central banks have been methodically divesting from the US dollar and US bonds in favor of gold. How can you protect your IRA or 401k from the fallout from this landmark shift? Diversify with gold from Birch Gold Group. Historically, gold has been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty. That would be like, right now. I recently bought myself a bunch more gold because, things are kind of uncertain out there. Get a free info kit on tax-sheltered gold IRAs by texting the word Ben to 989898. They make it really, really easy. July 6th marks a monumental shift happening among nations that control 1/3 of the world's GDP. Arm yourself the way I did with information to diversify your retirement savings. Text Ben to the number 989898. Claim your free info kit from Birch Gold. Go check them out right now. Text Ben to the number 989898. Claim your free info kit from Birch Gold today.
I'm not proud to be an American where the land's not truly free. And I won't forget those who died because their deaths profit oil companies. And I will not stand up next to you to defend this country. And there ain't no doubt I hate this land. God burn the USA.
Wow. Starring on Not Broadway Near You. Not good stuff. Guys, if you're gonna do these sort of parodic anti-American tunes, at least make them good. At least make them interesting with lyrics that scan properly.
Literally the entire foundation of the United States government is to prevent somebody like Donald Trump doing what Donald Trump is currently doing. We have a 3-branch system to keep powers in check for a reason. They put this entire party in place to prevent people like Donald Trump from taking office and taking over the entire government. They literally fled a monarchy to be here. And you are literally praising it for turning back into a dictatorship. Do you not understand how delusional you sound?
Okay, so let's make a deal. Seriously. We'll get rid of the administrative state. We'll go back to the founding size of government. Tiny little, itty bitty government. Little bitty on the federal level. It'll be great. We'll have checks and we'll have balances, robust checks and balances, and none of the things this lady wants will ever happen. None of them. In terms of policy, because I promise you she wasn't ranting about dictatorship when it was Barack Obama or Joe Biden.
Here's your daily reminder that America's a bullshit country with a bunch of artificially manufactured poverty. A country of only 6 million people makes a comparative amount of money per capita as the entire United States. Denmark has nearly 1/20th the poverty rate as the United States and 1/10 the homelessness rate. And in Denmark, school is free. In fact, they'll give you a stipend if you go. Oh, also, healthcare is free too. Living in this country in the United States is a shame. It's disgusting, and we actually have nothing to be proud of. Every single political rally should be a riot.
Okay, I just want to point out what a moron this guy is just from the outset. He goes, this is a country of 6 million people, and look at this, they have a per capita GDP that's higher than the United States. The statistic that he is showing is that the average monthly income is lower than that of the United States. Second of all, per capita. Per capita means per person. The population of the country has nothing to do with it. In fact, if you're going to talk about which country was more of a powerhouse, the country with 330 million people and a monthly per capita income of $6,000 or the country with less than 6 million people and a monthly per capita income of slightly lower, that's not even remotely a comparison. That's ridiculous. Also, if you want to have Denmark's other policies, then I suppose you could kick in their 60% tax rates at $60,000 a year. See how that goes for you. Sure, make the comparison. Have all the fun you want. That country is tiny. Tiny. He's talking about the state of Minnesota. Honest to God. Like, the population he's talking about is a country the size of the state of Minnesota. And he's comparing it to the United States. All right, my dude. We've been paying their defense bills for half a century, so there's that too.
This is the most important boycott of the year. It's not about politics. It's about principle. It's about walking away from the illusion they've built and reclaiming what it actually means to be free. So this year, this 4th of July, do not go to the parades. Do not gather at the fireworks shows. Don't wave a flag for a country that no longer waves it for you. The 4th of July is supposed to be a celebration of freedom. But what freedom are we actually talking about?
I mean, how about the freedom to say stupid bullshit on your phone and then post it on the internet with nobody coming after you?
Boom. Roasted.
Or the freedom to earn a living despite the fact that you clearly have a double-digit IQ.
Boom. Roasted.
How about the freedom to really, really not be able to grow a solid beard? How about that? Damn. That's a freedom. Some of us enjoy that freedom. These people are ridiculous. Okay, so that is a lot of ridiculous people hating the country. And just remember, these are your fellow citizens. And this is why, democracy remains the theory that the people should get what they vote for good and hard.
Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump. Look at all this money, ain't that some? Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump. Look at all this money, ain't that some?